We're joined right now by the mayor of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Walt Maddox. Thank you so much, Mayor Maddox, for being with us. What does it mean to the people of Tuscaloosa to be in the spotlight for this major event?
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you to NewsNation for putting on this debate right here in Tuscaloosa. For us, it's just it's a great opportunity to showcase one of America's success stories. Tuscaloosa has grown by 27,000 people over the last 2 decades. We continue to accomplish things, whether it's creating new jobs, creating a high quality of life. And so we think we're the perfect American city, because most cities are not New York or Los Angeles. Most cities across this nation are like Tuscaloosa. And so what a perfect place to showcase the debate to an election that's going to mean so much to our nation.
Yours is one of a dozen states that will be among the first to the polls on Super Tuesday. The South is always important to the GOP. As a nation, why should we pay so much more attention to Alabama, especially this time around?
Well, I think the stakes have never been higher when it comes to an election, and I think the contrast in the types of candidates that are seeking the presidency have never been higher. So it's going to be important to pay attention in what happens. I mean, certainly you don't need me to analyze the differences in positions across the board,
right?
But this is going to be a chance for America to weigh in, and Alabama's going to play a crucial role in that. And certainly the debate stage being here in Tuscaloosa means so much. We're known for Alabama football, and we embrace that. We're known for the University of Alabama. We embrace that. Now we get a chance to engage and be part of the national dialogue on who becomes the next president of the United States. That is huge for a city of 113,000 people.
I have to ask you about football in just a second, so bear with me. I have one more question for you regarding the politics.
We have no problem talking about it.
Oh, I know you don't. Roll Tide. But
Roll
Alabama,
Tide, baby.
But Alabama, you know, when you look at the history, and there's a lot of history there, but just for the sake of time, it hasn't elected a Democrat since Jimmy Carter. Now, as a Democrat yourself, what are those in your party paying attention to in terms of viewing this debate from a campaign strategy standpoint?
I don't know, frankly, what they may be or may not be paying attention to. I'm not that connected into the overall fabric of that particular side of it. But I think what everyone needs to be paying attention to, because first and foremost, I'm elected by the people of Tuscaloosa. What's on people's minds are just the breadbasket issues of what's going to be our quality of life, what's going to be quality of our schools, is our country going to remain safe in a world that seems uncertain? I think people overcomplicate politics too much, and I think that probably speaks to the success of the former president, who has basically been able to, whether you agree or disagree, been able to describe things in ways that connects with with a lot of American voters. So I think don't overcomplicate it. It's weigh in on what's truly on people's minds.
Yeah, I think you said a lot there that everyone of every party can agree on. And I know that defending people's right to live the way they want to live is something that's very important to Alabamans and a lot of people across the country, everybody pretty much. So in terms of watching the big game this Saturday, I was out with a girlfriend and she was checking the scores as we were shopping. I'm very disheartened to see her Georgia Bulldogs lost to Bama. But how are Alabamans feeling about undefeated Florida State saying, you know what, this wasn't fair, and a lot of sports analysts jumping in too, saying they got snubbed and this was nothing more than SEC favoritism? What's your response?
Well, I think when let's take a look at the video that came out from Michigan's room when they announced they were playing Alabama. You could hear the collective grunts across the room. If we're talking about who are the best 4 teams in the nation, Alabama has to be part of that discussion. My city attorney is a huge Florida State fan, and we've had this discussion. They certainly were a top-level team, but the injury to their quarterback, who was an amazing athlete, changed the dynamic of the team. And if you're talking about putting one of the best 4 teams, there's no way you could exclude Alabama from that discussion. Alabama earned it. This is not about most deserving. It's about the best 4 teams. And certainly Alabama football, the year they had, was one of the most deserved, and had earned the right of being one of the best 4 teams in the country. And frankly, in my opinion, too, also deserved it.
Well, I'll let you have the final word on that and let the sports analysts go over the play-by-play and whether the star quarterback needed to be there. But congratulations, because y'all won this weekend. So, and exciting news for you on Wednesday and your city, your community. Mayor Maddox, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, and roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.